possible to practice relaxation while driving? Oh, hi, I'm Stella and welcome to 30 Books. And you have busted me reading The Art of Relaxation by Herman S. Schwartz. It's from 1956, so if people were questioning, can you be relaxed when you're driving back then, what hope is there now? But we're not talking about driving, but possibly we are talking about relaxing. Because if your idea of relaxation is reading a page, turning bit of a thriller, maybe a gothic thriller, have I got the book for you. It is The Silent Listener, Deep Red Scars, Cold Dark Secrets by Lyn Yeowart. It is a recent release, and I will add a bit of a caveat, disclaimer. Lyn is a very good friend of mine and she gave me this book as a gift. I'm using it as a review copy. And you can ask, will I be biased? Well, of course I'm going to be biased, but I'm also going to speak my truth about this book, which is all good, which is all brilliant. Because even though I had read parts of this book beforehand and I knew what was going to happen, I still had a tightness in my chest, and I still read this book in just 2 really big readings. And that didn't mean I skimmed over it, because I didn't skim over it. I was totally involved. So what is it what is this book about? It's the story of Joy in the 1980s, who goes back to the family farm to care for her father in his final days, just before he dies. It is the story of Joy's mother marrying Joy's father, George, in the early days of their marriage in the 1940s when they arrive on the farm. And it is the story of young Joy and her sister Ruth, and their brother Mark and the family in the 1960s. And in the 1980s, it is first person. So what makes this book so fantastic? 3 different storylines, and they're all interconnected somehow. Something has happened, but what has happened? George is pillar of the community. He is church elder. He belongs to every committee there is, always friendly, always patient with everyone, mentors a young man on the farm next door. At home, he's a child abuser. So that's pretty much up front in the book. And so that's one of the themes in the book, is basically secrets and lies, and what lengths people go to hide that, and also like how much of the community knew actually what was going on and did nothing about it. And yes, it is a very dark book, but not without its bleak, dark humour. Mainly in the 1980s, when you have Joy narrating it, and I'll just read a small part. So George has died and Vicky, the doctor, has just arrived. When Vicky arrives, she puts on a sombre face and says she's sorry. Unlike Derek, she's at least perfected the art of sounding sincere, steps over the shredded newspaper, raises her eyebrows slightly and puts a finger to his cold wrist before pronouncing my father dead. You need a degree for that. So this is Joy. She's got this fantastic attitude for very good reason. Now, this isn't just, so not every character is larger than life. So for example, the brother Mark, but every character is really superbly drawn out, articulated is the right word, and absolutely believable. You know, it's like you can hear these people and you can see these people. Having said that, my favourite character is, one of them is Beryl. She's quite a minor character. So there's these beautiful little subplots within the subplots going on in the background, very typical of community and country life. Call this literary. You know, I'm no snob when it comes to genre fiction or commercial women's fiction. If you like literary thrillers, or this is what differentiates this book. This is literature because it's got ideas in here, and there's this love of language and the characterization and the complex plot. It's kind of complex and not complex in the different timelines. Highly recommend it. It is a fantastic book. It's a big book. It's a great read. What can I say? Okay, so it is out by Penguin. That is The Silent Listener by Lyn Yeowart, out by Penguin. Now, talking royalties, so I was given this book, so you kind of get nothing for me, tight ass that I am. So what do you give a book? What do you give your friend whose book you get? Home brand Passiona. Passion fruit flavoured drink nonetheless. So Lyn, so Lyn Yeowart, here's to you on the launch of your fantastic book. May it sell in droves. Everyone watching this, I hope they run and buy this book today, and I'll see you next time on 30 Books.